Hey Aries, welcome to the Jupiter Child. My name is Andy, and today we have a bonus reading for you guys. So I completely forgot to mention last month in January that I was going to start something new on the channel, which is basically that whichever sign from the monthly readings, whichever reading gets the most views, I will do a bonus reading at the end of the month for that sign. So Aries, you are the most viewed rating for January. I think you guys as of now are at 222 views or something like that. So that's why y'all get a bonus reading this month, and then moving forward, whichever sign gets the most views by the end of the month, I will give a bonus reading to. So it will probably change from month to month, I'm assuming, because I feel like normally y'all are not my most viewed. I feel like the signs that I notice usually view a lot. Capricorn, except last month it was really low randomly. Capricorn, Gemini, Scorpio, Cancer, and Sag are usually the signs that I notice on my channel usually get the most views. So I was actually kind of surprised that y'all's video got so many views, which is just awesome. And this is just a way of me saying thank you for supporting the channel, thank you for supporting these readings, and y'all get a little bit of extra goodie. I meant to say goodness for the month of January. So I hope that you guys had a good January so far. I think we're kind of towards the end. I'm hoping to upload this on the last day or so of the month before we head into February. And I'm also about to start working on the February readings as well, so hopefully those will be up relatively soon, okay? So the message that came through is speak your truth. The number is 22 at the top. Also, my setup is slightly different today. I'm still trying to figure out what the best setup is with the equipment that I have. I have brand new lights, I have a brand new stand, I have a brand new mic, so I just bear with me if things look a little off or look a little bit different, as well as if you guys have feedback, like maybe the lighting looks too bright or it's too dark, or the microphones, you can't really hear my voice, or it's too loud. If y'all have any recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Just be kind about it, because I'm not good with technology, so I would actually genuinely appreciate any advice in terms of setting things up with lighting and such, okay? So Spirit is saying that they really want you to speak your truth, and I'm getting more so that this has a lot to do with you having a sense or a feeling of I just watched this thing. Someone said it's a book, but I watched a little clip that was animated. I don't know if it's a full movie, if it's a show, if it's just one singular video. But I know it's originally a book, and it's called something it's the horse, the boy, and the fox, or something like that. Or there's also a little groundhog or something. It's just called that. It's the horse, the little boy, the mole rat, or groundhog. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm something wrong. And the fox. Just look that up. I'm sure it would come up. It's a book. It's a story. And in the story, I don't know if there's more to it, but there was just one part that I had watched from this clip of the fox getting trapped in a trap, and then him threatening to kill the little groundhog animal thing, and saying if I wasn't caught in this trap, I would kill you. And then the little groundhog thing was well, if you stay in the trap, you'll die. Basically telling you I can free you and you'll live, but I can just leave you here to die. So technically I saw it, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be interpreted, but I saw it as them both being I could have the power to destroy you, I also have the power to destroy you, so let's just be friends, whatever. Anyways, then he sets the fox free, and then they go about their journey, the horse, the boy, and the little animal, and the fox follows them the whole time and kind of goes on the journey with them, but never talks to them, never speaks. And then one day the fox finally admits that that he doesn't talk because he feels that he has nothing important to say, or nothing of value, nothing he speaks has value, basically is how he feels. And the fox says this, the fox admits this, and in response, the little mole rat groundhog, I don't know, maybe it's a hedgehog actually, I don't know, the little animal thing, he says something oh my god, the fact that I'm forgetting is gonna upset me so much. He says something along the lines of those that feel that way have the most interesting thing to say, or something like that. Something about about him having something really interesting to say because he feels that way. And I'm getting that you guys kind of this is a really long story. Go look it up. Maybe it'll resonate more if you'll watch the clip or like read that book, okay? Because I'm not explaining it very well, and I apologize, but that's what's coming to mind. So sorry. I have bad short-term memory ish, and I literally just like listened to that yesterday. Um, so Spirit is saying that you may feel or you may be in a similar position where you may not speak a lot, you may not share a lot, you may not, and like it's like a truth. I feel like it's something that either you're not expressing about yourself, or it's like you're very knowledgeable in a certain area, and you either work in a specific field or you hang around with certain people that when this specific topic comes to discussion, you know so much about it, but you kind of hesitate on saying anything just for the sake of like, okay, well, like, are they going to value what I say? Is there value in what I say? You could be someone that's also like really like you like to dissect and interpret and like discuss media. I love to do this with music and movies and like TV shows. So you might be similar in the sense that like you like to watch movies and TV shows and listen to music and like discuss it and like have build theories and have full on discussions about it with your friends. So like if you watch a movie, you know, instead of just being the kind of people like, oh yeah, I liked it, it was entertaining, you're more like, okay, and I think that when it was a metaphor for this, and the colors I think represent this, and the soundtrack, you know, because they're building up to this point about, like, you really like to dissect and look into things I think a little bit deeper. And it may be something that maybe just the friend group that you share with or the people that you interact with don't think of these things that deep. Like maybe they are the kind of people that are just like, oh yeah, that movie was good, but you're like, oh, but what did you think that it meant, and how did it make you feel, and what do you think the message was? Like, you know, maybe they're not as maybe they're not looking into things or reading into things with as much depth as you are, which in turn makes you feel like you talking about this, you bringing up this discussion, you speaking this truth about like, oh, well, like, let's talk about this, let's dissect this, let's theorize, let's, you know, let's have a discussion about this. It might make you feel like that has no value, but it does. It's more so about who you're associating and who you're hanging out with and what they see value in. It could just simply be that the people you're surrounding yourself with currently don't see value in like discussing things, in analyzing things, and thinking about things in a deeper sense other than surface level. And that's no tea, no shade to your friends or the people that you hang out with. It's just like a difference of opinions. It's a difference of beliefs. It's a difference of perspective, of seeing the world in a different way. So don't ever be afraid to speak your truth. Don't ever be afraid to like say something even if you think it's like nerdy or that people may not understand you, because Spirit is like letting me know that that's the opportunity. Those are opportunities that Spirit is giving you. Like Spirit gives you an opportunity to speak up in a place where like your opinions are not welcomed, not that they don't matter, not that they're not relevant, not that they don't mean anything, but where they're not welcomed or they're not appreciated, so that you can take note that you're in the wrong fucking room, babes. Like you're in the wrong spaces. You're hanging out with the wrong group of people. You need to hang out with a group of people that like also likes to do this shit, that also wants to discuss and analyze and delve deeper into like analyzing things, whether it's like media or just like life, like talk, you know, it could just be even like you hang around with people that just do small talk, you know what I'm saying? Like it's giving me very much, and I don't know, maybe some of you watching this are masculines, because I'm picking up on a more masculine energy in this example that Spirit is showing me. But Spirit is showing me like a bunch of guys like hanging out by like a little bonfire in the backyard, sipping on some beers and just kind of leaning back and being like, yeah, man, that the game was good tonight, huh? Yeah, dude, it was. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, like it's just like y'all are talking, but what are y'all really talking about? You know what I'm saying? There's just a lack of substance amongst each other, amongst the relationship, amongst the friendship, and amongst the communication. And I feel that you're someone that you don't appreciate, you don't really see value in small talk like that. And they could just be people that they see value and they appreciate small talk, whereas they don't see value in like the the deep, meaningful conversations that I think that you're craving to have. So overall, that's really just what I'm getting, is that y'all are just in a place where you're craving you're craving deeper levels of emotional and mental I want to say stimulation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want deep conversations. You want to be able to talk about your feelings without being judged. You want to be able to like theorize and talk about what a movie or what a song means without people looking at you funny and being like, bitch, just enjoy the song. Like, just it ain't that deep, just listen to the damn song. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe even have some friends that like kind of like nag at you when you do that. They're like, why can't you ever just like listen to why can't we ever just enjoy the music without going into things too deep? Like, why can't we ever just enjoy this without you doing the most? Like, maybe even people make you feel the most. Like, maybe people have even said these things to you, and that's why you're at this place where you kind of believe what you have to say doesn't have value, because people have tried to devalue your words, devalue your thoughts, devalue the things that you're trying to express verbally. It's like something that you're trying to express, I feel that people have made you feel that it lacks value or it has no value, which then in turn makes you like bottle up and like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to share, I'm not going to speak, because people make me feel so shitty and people like attack me when I'm just trying to like bond with people, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm getting, is that I think that just the people you're hanging out with may just not be the right people for you, Aries. They just might not be your kind of people. I just don't think that you guys are truly, truly clicking in the way that I think you are desiring at this time in your life. Like I said, I really feel that y'all are craving stronger, deeper emotional and mental connections and stimulation. And I just don't see and feel that you're getting that with the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, okay? Let's do some oracle cards for y'all. Why not? I didn't really plan how I was going to do this bonus reading, if I'm being honest. We have Ocean of Eternal Love, Healing, Creativity, and Fertility. We have Gaia, Wisdom, Knowledge, Spiritual Understanding. So 2 cards that are really representative of feminine energy with the Moon and Gaia. And we have Loss, Grief, Sadness, and Resurrection. So yeah, it's like this is y'all are definitely in a place where Spirit is calling you to heal yourselves. Spirit is calling you to heal this like abyss, absence. Sorry, it's absence. Spirit is asking and calling you to heal this absence. It's like there's a hole in your heart. There's like an empty space in your soul. And Spirit is asking you to heal it by filling it with something, people, conversation that actually makes you feel like what you have to say, what you have to speak, that your mental and your verbal communication matters, that it has value. Stop expressing your thoughts and ideas with people that don't value. That's what I'm saying. It's like Spirit's literally just like Spirit's giving you this opportunity to speak up in circles where you're not appreciated, so that you can see that you're not appreciated in these circles and you can move the fuck on. I really feel, just because I tend to notice that this happens a lot, and I'm very thankful, although there's a lot of people from high school that I would still totally be okay with being in touch with. We just fell out of touch, and I don't think for this reason, but I literally don't talk to anyone from high school anymore. There's the occasional random person, like there's a lot of people from high school that follow me. I follow like maybe 5 people from high school, okay? Still. And I don't talk with anyone from high school on a day-to-day basis at all, or like hardly ever, okay? But there are still a couple people that will like DM me from once in a while. They'll comment on a picture and I'll comment back or whatever, like thank you so much or whatever, hope you're doing good too, you know what I'm saying? Keep it light, whatever. I'm getting a feeling for y'all that are watching this, Aries, that you're connected still with like the same people that you went to school with. And I'm not saying that you can't be friends with them, but what I tend to notice is that the people that like stay friends with the people that they were, and I wanted to say that I'm not friends with anyone from high school. I wanted to say that specifically for this reason, because I want to clarify that I'm not bitter and jaded about it, okay? So I don't want anyone being like, oh, well, you're just saying that because you're not friends with anyone from high school anymore. No. I really feel like I've seen this, that people tend to stay stuck in certain thought processes and beliefs when you stay with friends that don't grow. So it's not to do with them being friends from high school. It has really nothing to do with that. It just has to do with that there's a lot of people that kind of don't really grow out of high school. And I feel that if you've lived long enough, which I feel like most of you have, you've probably seen this. Like you know what I'm talking about. It's those people that like never really grow out of that like high school hierarchy mentality and perspective and belief. Like they're the popular kids and the nerdy kids and blah blah blah. They're all these like separate sects that high school kind of builds this like inner false societal hierarchy that's not really real in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to college, that's when you notice. I didn't go to college, but I went to college. Like I would visit my friends in college a lot, and like the nerdy kids will be going out to the parties with the cool girls and blah blah. Like they're I'm sure there are still levels of that hierarchy, but it's not like most people are like, if you're cool, we can chill. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you got money or if you don't got money, if you're nerdy or cool, if you like anime, you like this. Like I feel like that those things kind of get less and less in college, and then once you get in the real world, people really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people really they don't got time. So I feel like there are just some people that kind of get stuck in that high school mentality, and there are people that kind of peak in high school. When I say that, I mean like their best years were like high school years. You know what I'm saying? And that usually is, to be honest, I feel like it's like the popular people. It's like the people that try so hard to be popular and to be well liked and well respected. Because when you leave, it's like you realize that shit doesn't matter, and you know it doesn't matter. You know, and it's usually like the rich snobby kids too. I will say that I just went to like that kind of high school. So, anyways, I just feel that maybe some of you are just still connected with people, or if it's not high school, it's just people that you like grew up with, like from childhood to now, and they're like the same. I feel that you're surrounding yourself with people that are the same old, still doing the same shit that they were doing 10, 20 years ago. And it's like toxic behaviors. Like they still drink every fucking weekend. They still go out clubbing every weekend. They still, like, your guy friends are still cheating on their girlfriends, like, all the fucking time. And the girlfriends are taking them back. And, you know, it's like people are still involved in toxic dynamics, and you are involved by association, okay? Because I feel like, I don't want to say, like, you're the most evolved, you're the best, highest vibrating person in this friend group. But I feel that you want more from life than I think most of the people in your circle want. And because you're hanging out with people that are just content with where they are, it kind of fools you into you also being content with where you are. And it could also be a thing where even your friends may have said, like, why do you want more? Why do you think you deserve more? Like, you know, what's wrong with the life we live? You know, making you feel bad for, like, maybe even wanting to leave them as friends, leave them where they are in life. And that's just part of life. Like, you lose friends and you make new ones, and it is what it is. So Spirit is kind of asking you to feel this like empty void, this like abyss that you have in your soul. Fill it up with something good, something that's nurturing, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. A lot of you are craving to level up. A lot of you are craving to evolve. Like, this is a time in your life where you're wanting to, like, know more about higher powers. Maybe a lot of you are really attracted to the occult right now, to angels and spirit guides, and maybe that's why you're here. And maybe normally you don't really watch tarot readings, and that's why you're here. Or you've recently got into, like, tarot readings and, like, psychic work and light workers and things like that. I feel like a lot of you are just wanting to, like, understand the world in a deeper way, instead of, like, yeah, I'm gonna work a 9 to 5, make money, and retire by this age. And, like, instead of looking at things so logically, I feel that a lot of you are switching into more, like, intuitive, perceptive, like, in more of an intuitively perceptive way of looking at things. I feel that a lot of you, maybe your third eye is opening or has been opened, which is awesome if that is the case. And, you know, this does come with a lot of loss, a lot of grief and sadness, and resurrection. So that kind of makes me laugh, just because it's like, it's not funny, but it just reminds me of when that happened to me. Like 5 years ago, when I was awakened to things beyond the physical, beyond the logical, beyond the reasonable, I was like, I went through this. I realized that I need to fill these voids, that I was craving something deeper, but I didn't really understand even what it was technically that I was craving. I just knew I was craving something deeper than, like, the superficial bullshit life that most people live day to day. And again, it's no tea, no shade. It doesn't make anyone It doesn't make you better than anyone else. It doesn't make me better than anyone else. It doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't make them inherently toxic people. It just means that they're living through a different perspective than you are, and that's okay. We all got a different set of eyes, and we all see and understand the world in a completely different way from the people next to us. Okay, that's just the truth of it. We have to understand that. And that's the beautiful part about being human, is that we're not all the same. We'd all be fucking robots if we're all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would even be the point, you know? And I'm sure some people would argue, well, we wouldn't have war, we wouldn't have this, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, there would also be no joy. Everything would be so monotone and boring as fuck. Like, we would just be alive at that point. We wouldn't be living if we all thought and believed everything the exact same way. And this awakening, so it really is, it just feels that you guys are going through an awakening. Maybe it's your initial awakening, your initial wake up, you know, red pill versus the blue pill. Maybe some of y'all need to go watch The Matrix. This does come with a lot of loss, because you lose the friends that you're not connecting with anymore. You lose yourself, and that's the part that people don't tell you, which I'm going to tell you right now. You do lose yourself. You're basically like a snake shedding its skin, and that skin being the old version of you. It's like you're shedding everything that you thought was true at one point, everything that you used to believe in, because you're garnering these new beliefs and this new perspective that it's like impossible to hold on to the old self. It's impossible to hold on to the old way of being, to the old way of thinking, to the old way of doing things. You know, no longer will you be able to just sit at this little bonfire with your dudes and kick back and drink beers and just be like, oh yeah, the game was good this weekend. Oh yeah, you saw the game. Yeah, the weather was nice. You're no longer going to be able to sit through small talk like that anymore, because you understand that that's not what you want for your life, and that's okay. And it's totally okay for them to continue doing that and wanting that for their lives. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, again, a difference of perspective, a difference of beliefs, a difference of needs. You need something different now, okay? And, you know, the thing is, Aries, I will tell you also, the other thing people don't tell you is that you can stay where you are. If you want to stay in the place that you're in right now, you can. You have the choice. It's a choice. You're not going to be forced to level up if you don't really want to, but that's the thing. You want to. I can tell that y'all want to. But also the other thing is that a lot of people want to do a lot of shit. A lot of people love people. A lot of people want to ask someone out. A lot of people want to move. A lot of people want to quit their job. A lot of people want to start a business. A lot of people want to get new friends. A lot of people want to speak their truth. But do they? Will you? You know? That's where it's in your hands. You can want all you want. You know what I'm saying? You can want to do all these things, but if you don't actually take action and do it, nothing changes and you stay the same. So it's completely up to you, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get a closing message because your reading is running not super long, but I think we're at that point where we want to chop her down, okay? So can I get a closing message from the angels that watch over, protect, and guide Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? So yeah, just kind of just to wrap up on that loss idea, you know, it's gonna be painful if you do decide to do this. You are gonna lose friends. You are gonna, you know, maybe lose like the way that people see you. Maybe you're gonna lose the way that you see yourself. You're gonna lose who you are is gonna become like your old version, and you're gonna have a new version. You're gonna be mourning that version. And maybe even for a while, sometimes even I still like look back on videos and I'm like, damn, I was a whole nother person, like on a whole nother track in life. You know, I never thought I'd be reading tarot. I never thought I'd be doing any of the stuff that I'm doing now, because I chose to wake up and I chose not to look away. It's like right now, it's like right now what really is happening, this wake up call. It's like an alarm clock. Your alarm's going off. And you can hit snooze and go back to sleep, or you can turn it off and wake up and get up and do something. Start your new day in your new life. Spirit is saying, I also feel specifically this is a message from Archangel Michael, which if you don't know anything about Archangel Michael, go Google and do some research, but that is actually the Archangel that I connect with and I divine the most messages from. There's nothing to worry about. You are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. So that is a beautiful message. Again, I really feel this is coming from Archangel Michael, and I'm getting that specifically because this is a card about protection, that you are safe, that you will be fine, you are protected by the divine, and Archangel Michael is the protector, he is the warrior, so he will keep you safe. If you ever feel unsafe, if you ever feel scared, that is definitely the Archangel that you should be praying to. If you feel scared, if you feel like you're unprotected, you feel like a little bit worried about the day to come or the days to come, I would call upon Archangel Michael and ask him to protect you and keep you safe, and he will. He is literally the best. I love him. I call him Daddy Michael. not to him, but I just refer to him as Daddy Michael, because he is. He's Daddy Michael. He's the protector, and he's awesome. And again, if that doesn't resonate with you and that's not your vibe and that's not kind of what you pray to or connect with, that's totally fine as well. I'm just kind of throwing that out there because I do feel that this is a message from Archangel Michael himself. So just keep things in a positive light. Try to see things in a positive way. Changes are rough, especially when they're these types of changes, big life changes, where your world gets turned upside down type of vibe. That's what I'm getting this is. It can be scary. So when it does get scary, when you start to feel those moments of like anxiety, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can go through with this, I want to stay stuck, like pray. Just pray, meditate, breathe. It'll all be okay. You are being protected by the divine, whatever that is that you believe in. You are being protected by a higher power. You are being kept safe, and this is happening for a reason because it's meant to happen. You are meant to have this awakening. You are meant to level up. You are meant to grow and become a more evolved, higher, better version of yourself currently, because it's part of your destiny, okay? And just remember that you have free will and you have free choice. So at the end of the day, if this is something that you are not prepared for, if you're not ready for it, you can always hit snooze and go back to sleep and keep living how you're living, and that is totally fine, okay? It's up to you. You have free will, free choice. Do not forget that, Aries, okay? That is going to be it for your bonus reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Information to book a one-on-one private reading with me is going to be in the description box down below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TheJupiterChild. And I think that is it. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your January, and I will see you in the February reading very, very soon. Bye, Aries.